Hello everyone, welcome to Even the Scales. Thank you for joining me. My name's Donna and I'm on my channel right now, once again to protect myself from the members of the community here in Campbelltown who are still putting me through abuse. If you haven't seen my channel before, I have been going through very cruel abuse here in Campbelltown, New South Wales from the majority of my community now for around 18 months. This is happening to me because it's all a part of a cover-up that's been orchestrated by the justice system and the health system. And I had to create this channel, Even the Scales, just to protect myself because there's no one to call for help. Everybody that I call out to for help, the justice system goes to and they stop them from helping me by telling them lies, or people take bribes not to help me. It doesn't matter who I reach out to. I've reached out to different organisations and people in the past and there's just no help. And the Campbelltown Police are involved in the abuse here in Campbelltown as well. They have actually been one of the main culprits of the abuse that I've been going through, and they actually encourage the community here to put me through abuse. So I'm not going to go too far into the details of why this is happening to me or what has happened over the past 18 months, because you can go back and watch other videos on this channel. I will link videos to this video. So if you would like to go back and find out more about what's happened here as part of this cover-up, you can go back and watch them. But right now, I just need to protect myself because I'm in a lot of danger. Because I have been speaking the truth on this channel and the truth is getting out more and more, and I thank the people so much out there that have supported me on this channel, the people that have been coming back and watching my videos, people that are returning to the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. But I really need to protect myself right now because of how intense the abuse is that I'm going through. Because the truth is getting out about the way that my human rights have been abused so severely, and also about the environmental crimes that have been committed here in Campbelltown as a part of this abuse that's been carried out. As recently as this morning, environmental crimes were going on. They actually still are, up until about 5 minutes ago, actually, because I'm constantly being stalked by these abusive men who purposely drive up my street. They're using unnecessary vehicles, and they're deliberately doing this to create pollution and extra noise, and just to let me know that they're stalking me. Because there is also a camera in my home. There is a camera in my home where these abusers are able to watch me. Everyone that's involved in the abuse here in Campbelltown can watch me on that camera in my home. So, yeah, it's quite hard to believe that this is actually going on in Australia. I mean, you wouldn't think that this kind of thing would happen in a country like Australia, but it is. My human rights are being abused to the extreme, and this has been going on for quite some time. So there's this camera in my home, and my landlord, St George Community Housing, is involved as well. So the health system have worked with the justice system. There's also some parts of the Transport New South Wales that have been involved in this. There's also my landlord, St George Community Housing. They have also worked with the justice system to be a part of this abuse. There's also different businessmen around Campbelltown that have just done so much over the past 18 months. I mean, these people are panicking, the people that have been involved, because of how the truth is getting out. And this has been done to take my life. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's been done to take my life. The health system is also holding back vital information from me about my health, because what they're doing, they're just trying to cause me so much stress and worry and anxiety and hopelessness that I either have some kind of serious health episode where I pass away, or I just get that sick that I can't look after myself anymore, or they are hoping that I give up on my life. And that they've worked very hard to do this over the past year. I mean, the abuse that I have gone through here in Campbelltown, it's been so cruel and just so severe, really severe and just intense. Like, these people try and put me, if they could, they would be putting me through abuse 24 hours a day. And they were almost at one point, they were. But it's quietened down because I've been speaking the truth on this channel, and because there have been environmental crimes committed here in Campbelltown, and, you know, my human rights are being abused. They're just trying to get to me in any way that they can, in very sneaky ways. And one of the ways they're doing this is by using my closest neighbours. My landlord and my closest neighbours, actually there's a lot of neighbours involved in this that live around me. Not all of them, but a lot of them have been, a large majority. And the three closest neighbours that are joint, there goes one of those stalkers now. So that person, the people that are watching me on the camera in my home, that person can see me on the camera. They can also see that I'm recording this video because they have access to all my devices. They also can track me wherever I go, and there's a listening device in my car as well. So these people know where I am all the time. They can watch every single detail of my life. I have no privacy whatsoever. And my landlord, St. George Community Housing, they know that this camera's in my home. I don't know if it was them that actually planted it there, or if they have allowed someone access to my home to do that. I'm not sure. But they know it's there, and it's their responsibility. They should be taking it away. So the three closest neighbours that are joined to my house, my landlord, St. George Community Housing, has actually allowed them. They've given them the tools that they needed to put me through very cruel, torturous abuse, both psychological and physical. It was just psychological, but it's turned physical now because these people are actually trying to attack my health, my lungs. So they're trying to do this as a group. Because they're working as a group, they think it's okay. The justice system is paying the community and different organisations and businessmen to put me through very cruel abuse to cover up for some very abusive police and members of the community. One of the people that they're covering up for is a police officer who has committed really serious, violent crimes against women. And this is something that he likes to do in his spare time. They're also covering for a pedophile. And there's also other abusive police and members of the community that have committed crimes in the past and as a part of this abuse. And yeah, because the truth's getting out more and more, these people are panicking. And so these people are just thinking that if they can just take my life, that they're going to somehow get away with this. So this is what they're trying to do. And my landlord has rigged my 3 closest neighbours' homes and given them the tools to put me through this abuse. They've allowed the camera in my home. I don't know where this camera is. I thought it was in my smoke alarm. It's not, though. I don't know where it is. It's hidden in my house somewhere, but I know that people are viewing me in my house. My family members can also view me in my house. They have been involved in this. I've been totally isolated, and my family were a part of this, and they have purposely isolated me as well. They were a part of this because they have stolen an inheritance from me. So they don't want to be held accountable for that. So they have worked with the justice system to do this to me. I am innocent in this situation. I haven't done anything to deserve this. I mean, no human being deserves this, what I'm going through. Nobody. And my landlord has rigged these neighbours' range hoods in their homes so that they can put whatever they like through their range hoods and attack the air in my home. So this is so serious, and I'm in so much danger right now. They all have gas cookers underneath, gas stovetops underneath their range hoods. So, I mean, these people are desperate. They're very desperate. I mean, one of them, this woman downstairs, she has been exposed on this channel for the last week for trying to take my life. She must think it's okay because she's doing it as a group, but it's not going to be okay because these people are going to be caught because, I mean, the truth's getting out there more and more and more, and eventually the whole truth's going to come out and these people are going to be held accountable for what they have done. But she seems to think that she has the right to do this. And this is because these neighbours, I mean, they've had access to watching me in my home for a very long time. Some of them are natural abusers who just actually enjoy watching me in my home and preying on my life and just trying to abuse me any way that they can, and she's one of them. I mean, I've exposed her on here probably about 4 or 5 times just this week for trying to take my life, and she's tried again last night. And what these people are doing, it doesn't even really make sense because, okay, the landlord's given them access. The landlord's sitting back, prolonging the abuse. They know what's going on. They know. You don't go to the trouble of rigging your tenants' houses so they can try and take one of your tenants' lives as a group and then not watch the situation. I mean, so there's no way that they can say that they're not seeing what's going on. I've also told them about what's going on, and when I call them, they will manipulate me on the phone. They will carry out more cruel psychological abuse in different ways. They have done this, and they won't do anything about it. They just think if they keep going, they'll somehow get away with this, and they're not getting away with it. They're not. They the landlord must be sitting back telling this woman downstairs, right, go again. Turn on the range hood again tonight, because what they're doing, when they put on the range hood, it just diverts everything through into my home. Everything, instead of going out through the roof, it's coming through into my home. The whole 3 neighbours were doing this, and 2 of them were using cigarette smoke. And when they put their range hoods on, I know because I can smell their homes when it comes through. That's how strong the smells and whatever they put through them comes through into my home. It comes through very strong. And when this woman puts hers on downstairs, I don't know because she doesn't have that kind of smell in her home. So she can put her range hood on. And what it's doing, it's just blowing all this stuff down out of the roof into my home. And it's like dust, fibres. and it looks like insulation. It looks like the insulation, bits of the insulation's blowing down into my home. And, I'm having to breathe this in. She's doing this while I'm trying to sleep. And she's done it more days this week than she hasn't. She's probably done it about 4 days out of the 7 days over the past week. Every time she does it, I have to go through my home and just like vacuum the whole home again, because it rains down on everything. It does, and it goes through everything. And she's doing this while I sleep, and she's praying on me. She waits until I go to bed, and she premeditates it, and she sits there. She must just put a rain hood on all night, and all night this dust is raining down on me while I'm trying to sleep. And, then she's probably sitting back, laughing at me while she's watching me clean it up. And this woman is elderly. She's elderly, and, it's hard to believe that someone that age hasn't got more sense. It really is. But there hasn't been a day over the past 18 months since this started that this woman hasn't carried out some kind of abuse. She's dedicated. These neighbours have been dedicated because they're getting paid, and they were expecting money if I passed away or when something happened to me. So the ones involved, they have been so, and this woman, she's beyond dedicated. Like, she is obsessed, and she's cruel, and she's sadistic, and she's addicted to stalking me. And she actually must feel like she's got the right to abuse me, and she just feels entitled to it because she's been doing it for that long. And and then I've got these abusive men. They're just stalking my home constantly, and they deliberately do this. They know I care about the environment, so I've watched these people deliberately create pollution for over a year here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. They have done this just about every single day. There has been no regulation on the noise. The roads have been out of control at a lot of times, and no regulation on the pollution. I mean, the amount of extra pollution that would have been created in this town over the past year, I'm sure if they investigate it, they would be absolutely shocked at what they would find. These men use any kind of transport that they can get their hands on that will create noise and pollution. And these abusers are watching me in my home, and they're just constantly stalking my home. And they stalk me according to my movements in my home as well. So this is how closely they're stalking me. If I get up and move to another room, like, I know this is sick, but this is what they do. If I go to the bathroom, they will send a stalker past. They just do that just to let me know that they know I've moved. Like, just to let me know that they have that power over me. And I've watched this happen for 18 months. They also do this through the night as well. When I get up through the night, they will send stalkers around the streets just to create noise. And they know I care about the environment. I actually do things, to try and save pollution. And they want to make me feel like what I'm doing doesn't matter and it doesn't count, because whatever I'm doing, they're just adding to it 10 times over. So that's what they're doing it for. And also just to try and exert that power over me. And it's the same with this woman downstairs and the other neighbours. Any way that they can, I'm trying to clean up this dust from my house as quick as this woman's creating it. And what they're trying to do as well is provoke me. They're trying to provoke me into having a mental health episode, or, they want me to go and bash on her door and, go crazy, which isn't going to happen because I've tried to reason with her. I knocked on her door one day and I tried to reason with her, and I was just, really calm about it. I was asking her nicely to stop abusing me, and she wasn't nice back to me, and I got the door slammed in my face. And then somebody on that day, I don't know if it was her, but somebody actually put in a false report to the landlord about me on that day. But it was totally false. This is the kind of thing they do. It's so many against one person. And I'm constantly being provoked. Constantly. These people provoke me. And yeah, she just sits back and laughs at this because she's watching me on the camera. So I'm in a lot of danger right now because this woman especially, I just want people to know just how cruel and sadistic and dedicated this woman and the landlord are about taking my life, ending my life. They actually believe that by sending this dust down into my home, that I'm either going to have some kind of breathing episode and I'm going to, pass away, or that they're going to be able to cause me so much stress that my heart just gives up. When I say that the health system have held back serious information that I should know about my health, I have really good reason to believe that I've had a stroke in the past, maybe even a couple, and they're trying to make this happen again. They're trying to make that happen again. So they're just trying to keep me under so much stress where I'm just constantly fighting for my life against these abusers, that, my heart gives up. That's what they're trying to do. So, yeah, I want to make people aware of just how dedicated this woman is. I mean, this woman never stops stalking me. Neither do the other neighbours that have been involved. It's all they do. They've dedicated their entire lives to stalking me and putting me through abuse. And yeah, there's a lot of businesses that have been involved in this in Campbelltown, and there's a lot of those businessmen that have been using these neighbours to put me through abuse. And they play it like some kind of game. It's really sick. When I go out, members of the community track me and stalk me, and then when I'm at the shopping centre or wherever I go in public, I have stalkers coming towards me that just try and get close to me to put me through cruel abuse. And this is all happening as part of a justice system cover-up. So who knows how many people that they've done this to and gotten away with, them and the landlord. So the landlord is St. George Community Housing, everyone. I want to make everyone aware of just how dedicated this landlord has been to trying to end my life or scare me out of my home, I'm not leaving my home. And the more they do this, the more it just makes me want to make sure that they are held accountable for what they have done. So I really need help right now. I need help to expose these people and what they're doing. That's what I need. Anyone out there that can help me bring public awareness to what this landlord's trying to get away with, the police, the Campbelltown police, these neighbours that have been involved, just everyone in the Campbelltown community that's been involved. I want more people to know what's happened here. And I've got family members involved in this that actually sit back and watch me on the camera too. They've watched me suffer through this abuse for the past 18 months. And they've even worked, some of my family members even worked with some of these neighbours, certain neighbours, to try and set me up and put me through abuse in different ways. So I have been purposely isolated by them and the community. So there's no help, and that's exactly why I've had to create this channel, just to try and create awareness. And there's stalkers going past again now. So yeah, these men are just constantly stalking me. And they were carrying out noise attacks at, I think it was 4:45 this morning. They started up a noise attack. That was when I woke up this morning. That went on probably for about an hour and a half, and then just all day. They've been stalking my house, and it's just all unnecessary traffic coming up this street constantly. Some of these men, like, they are doing way over the speed limit. They try and find the loudest, most fuel guzzling cars that they can find to stalk as well. So yeah, I'm in danger right now because of this woman downstairs, mainly this landlord and these stalkers. So if there's anyone out there that can help me in any way, please reach out to me on the email attached to this video, and there will also be links to other videos where you can go back and find out about more about how my human rights have been abused here in Campbelltown, and how much impact that this has probably had on the environment by watching some of those videos. So if anyone can help me by sharing one of my videos too, that would really help as well, because the more people who know about this, the better, because the justice system are just going to keep doing this to people to try and avoid accountability for what they have done. So if anything happens to me, just know that my landlord, St George Community Housing, and this woman downstairs are really working hard at trying to end my life right now. So thank you for listening, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now. Enjoy your weekend.